Hello watch lovers, and welcome to this video where I'll be looking at the most affordable watches from the best luxury brands. I'm going to show you the entry-level pieces that will get your wrist fully logoed up for the least amount of money. So let's begin, starting with the Tudor 1926. So 1926, so named after an important year in the company's history as per the naming convention of watches. The year the Tudor name was first registered by Hans Wilsdorf, 18 years after he founded Rolex. So you might say these watches are built to Rolex standards. You might not say that, but built in a modern manufacturing facility guarded by New Zealand rugby players nevertheless. So the 1926, there's 104 variations of this watch with different size, colour and strap options. The most expensive of which is around £3,500. That's a two-tone steel and rose gold case and bracelet with a black dial and diamond markers. The cheapest is £1,610, and that's 28mm in diameter on a leather strap. But for a smidge more money, you can get the more universally sized 36mm version for £1,650. You get a steel case and bezel, which are polished to a lovely smooth mirror finish. The dial is white opaline with a delicately embossed pattern, and you get a mixture of applied numerals and arrow-shaped hour markers. The dial is marked with the text rotor self-winding, which gives it a little bit of a vintage touch. And inside it's powered by the self-winding mechanical movement Caliber T601, which gives good time. This is such a cool watch. It's a great all-rounder. You can dress it up, dress it down, dress it middle, whatever you want. It does it all. And it's just £1,650. For the Tudor logo alone, that's an absolute steal. So right then, Gran Seiko next, and did you know that you can get the beauty of driven snow for just £2,100? Yeah, I'm talking about Gran Seiko's iconic Snowflake dial from the Heritage Collection for just over £2,000. That's the famous dial that depicts the rippling snow that surrounds the studio where the watch was made. Comes complete with all the perfect mirror finishing on the hands and markers and the clean flowing lines of a Gran Seiko case. So what's the catch? I hear you say. Well, that's the amazing thing. There is no catch. Oh, no, wait. Yeah, there is a catch actually. It's a tiny bit little. 28.9mm in diameter, so not for everyone. Also, it doesn't include the exquisite Gran Seiko spring drive movement either. Yeah, it's a quartz, but hey, if you're down with quartz and you want something a little bit bigger, then check out these bad boys. This is the Gran Seiko Quartz SBGX 263 and 261. And these are two stunning entry-level models for the same price, £2,100. These watches are equipped with the 9F quartz movement, which, as quartz movements go, is actually a really pretty thing. Beautifully put together with quartz crystals, hand-picked and aged, apparently, then rigorously tested for their performance and accuracy, all done in-house by Gran Seiko themselves. So that alone is quite impressive. And again, you get Gran Seiko's beautifully polished mirror finish on the edges of the hands and applied markers, and meanwhile the case has an elaborate brushed satin finish. It's 37mm in diameter, which is a sweet size if you ask me. You can choose from sunray champagne or black for the dial, and yeah, you're getting all that exquisite detail and finishing, the in-house manufacture, and just the general Gran Seiko excellence for £2,100. Now that's hard to beat. So next, you'll find Tag Heuer's entry-level models reside in its Formula 1 series. Most noticeably is this furiously fun trio with funky fresh colours that hark back to the spirit of those first Tag Heuer Formula 1 pieces from the 1980s, and you get that lovely motor racing aesthetic for which Tag Heuer is so synonymous. So these snazzy chronographs are £1,700, but you can actually get the coveted Tag Heuer logo for a bit less in the Formula 1 date watch, which is only £1,250. You still get an iconic Tag Heuer watch with all that racing heritage injected right into the looks of the watch. It's got a solid block-like case, which is quite unfussy, but nicely finished with some very precise lines from the brushing on the steel there. The bezel is also a solid chunk. It's steel and coated with black PVD, and there's some nice chunky numerals on there which are embossed awesomely. And there's a big chunky crown to match for all your time setting needs. The black dial features applied markers and bold 12 and 6 numerals, and the indexes and hands are steel with white superluminova for high legibility while driving at night and at speed. This is a really cool watch from a top brand for racing enthusiasts, watch lovers, and anyone who loves a good bargain, really. So next, this is Breitling's Endurance Pro. It's a watch designed for athletes or anyone in the market for a sporty chronograph. It's what Breitling calls the ultimate athleisure watch. So it's a nice combination of a rugged outdoor watch and a casual everyday wear. For £2,800, you can get yourself a big bold Breitling. It's 44mm in diameter with a bidirectional compass scale bezel. There's a sapphire crystal over the dial and a double tang style buckle, which just on paper is fun to say. Inside, powering the Endurance Pro is Breitling's Caliber 82 thermocompensated COSC certified super quartz chronograph, which is delivering massive amounts of precision on a daily basis for 2 years approximately, which is as long as the battery lasts. But most notably for me is the ultralight bright light case, which is Breitling's own proprietary material. It's lighter than titanium and highly resistant to scratches and corrosion, but my favourite part, it's hypoallergenic. So peace of mind if you enjoy the challenges of a rigorous workout but have sensitive wrists like I do. Now wrists that wear watches can feel soft as your face with mild green Breitling Bright Light. There you go, Breitling, have that one. 10 bars of water resistance, good for surface level swimming, or indeed washing up. Now then, Omega, one of the most prestigious Swiss luxury watchmakers. So how much do you need to spend to enter into the joys of Omega ownership? Well, the answer is £2,970, and that will get you any of the de Ville prestiges on the top row there. So the Omega de Ville collection is a very attractive bunch of watches, very classical, elegant design with lots of lovely touches and nice little details. You get a highly polished round case and bracelet, all very clean and understated. The dial comes in a variety of different styles, all sunbrushed and featuring a date window at the 3 o'clock position, and they all have applied Roman numerals. One interesting detail, you get a watchmaker's 4, which has 4 eyes instead of the traditional subtractive IV. And this is a callback to the early days of Swiss watchmaking when the packets of Roman numerals that watchmakers would send away for, they would always come and they'd have loads of I's but barely any V's, so they'd get around it by using more I's for the 4, probably. It comes in a nice gift box. What is that? Pine? Also looks really great on any one of the many Omega fabric straps as well, so despite this somewhat vintage tone, it works as an everyday wear too. But the piece of resistance for me here is the mechanical movement, the Caliber 2500 inside. That's a self-winding chronometer with Omega's own coaxial escapement and a beautiful rhodium plated finish to boot. And for me, that makes it a very compelling offering. You're getting the Omega name with an in-house caliber inside, and above all, a beautiful watch for less than £3,000. That is hugely enticing. But hold on though, Cartier has entered the chateau. Now, we all know Cartier is all things glamorous and luxurious, timeless objects and diamonds. But how does one begin to get a taste of such splendour? Well, the most affordable Cartier timepiece is the Ronde Must de Cartier watch, and that's £3,200. Now, it's a high autonomy quartz watch in a 36mm steel case, and it has all the elegant hallmarks of a Cartier watch. You get a sandblasted silver dial with printed Roman numerals and an inner chapter ring. Also features a gently pressed pattern around the outer ring. Looks very refined, shimmers nicely in the light. You get a heat-blued steel sword hands and that famous blue beaded cabochon set into the crown. It looks great on the wrist when it's Mighty Morphin time or you're warding off evil spirits. Not sure what's going on there. But it really is a beautiful Cartier creation and unmistakably Cartier as well. So you're getting those pure lines and precise details. Yeah, lovely. This is a timepiece that's Met Gala ready and worthy of any watch collection. So what about something a bit more functional? we move on to IWC. Now, when it comes to the most affordable IWC watch, I've got a few options for you here. So for £4,300, you can bag the Pilot's Watch Automatic 36. That's the most affordable IWC. Stainless steel case, automatic, self-winding, and a blue sunray dial on a leather strap. Very nice. Perfect watch for any occasion. Now, you could pay a bit more, £150 more, and you could enjoy the timeless appeal of the Portofino Automatic. This is an understated classic. Beautiful watch, very elegant, but again, versatile enough for the day-to-day. For £4,450, and you can choose from a number of style options. It's got applied Roman numerals, and I'm going to say comet-shaped hands. And there's a little red 60 on the black dial version, which is cool. Yeah, it's a gorgeous watch. But how's about this? For just £50 more, you could try the Pilot's Watch Automatic Spitfire. It has a cool name and has that really distinctive IWC Pilot's Watch appearance. Comes in a tidy 39mm case. You get a slightly smoky textured dial with sword hands, filled with a lovely warm vintage inspired lume. Highly visible with white numerals popping against the black dial, and you get a chunky knurled crown and a lovely green textile strap that really ties the whole thing together. And there's a picture of an aeroplane on the back, which is nice. Jaeger Lecoultre next, and the most affordable JLC is also the most iconic. For £6,700, you can own JLC's flagship watch, the Reverso, specifically the Reverso Classic Monoface, with its beautiful Art Deco design and its unique reversing case, which was made for polo players in the olden days. So if you didn't know, back in the 1930s, polo games would just begin spontaneously and without warning, and the flustered players had no time to take off their wristwatches, and so they would often get damaged during the spontaneous polo match. But luckily, JLC was on hand with a solution, and that was a flippable watch case that concealed and protected the dial. Anyway, it's since become a model of elegance. You get the rectangular case with the 3 gadroons top and bottom and the perfectly gliding, satisfying reversing case. You get a 2-toned finished dial, 12 Arabic numerals and blued sword hands to match the lovely blue leather strap. It's a quartz movement inside, so you do miss out on the impeccable craft of JLC's watchmaking somewhat, but you do get all the reversing, case flipping action, and that's the main thing, isn't it? Now we come to it. What's the most affordable Rolex model? So that would be the Oyster Perpetual in a 28mm case size, and that costs £4,850. In a slightly larger 36mm diameter case, it costs £5,300. Okay? Good luck. But finally, how much dough do you think you need to pony up to get yourself one of those fancy looking Patek Philippe's? The pinnacle of watchmaking and the absolute finest timepieces ever about. Well, the most affordable Patek Philippe is the 24 Quartz, which is £13,730. You get a stainless steel rectangular case, 25 by 30mm, with gem setting either side of the sunburst blue dial and the E15 quartz movement inside, which isn't bad. It is essentially a lady's watch, but if you like your watches small and a bit blingy, then more power to you. But if you want something with a slightly larger diameter, the next most affordable Patek Philippe is the 6119G Calatrava. The case is white gold and the bezel is guillocheed with a hobnail pattern. You get faceted applied white gold hour markers combined with Dauphine style hours and minute hands. You get a charcoal grey dial with a vertical satin finish and a small second subdial. And inside is the manually wound movement 3255 PS, which has a 65-hour power reserve. This is Apex Watches time right here, and it costs £27,500. So yeah. But, you know, it's good to have goals. And so there you go. Those are some of the most affordable watches from some of the best luxury brands. And if you're looking for an affordable luxury watch, you can head on over to watchfinder.com, where you will find all these amazing brands and a load more, and you can check out our selection of pre-owned luxury watches at even more affordable prices. All right then.